nice gooey honey flow for us today. So maybe knees open wide, big toes to touch, and then just come to rest your forehead down onto the mat. And just really start to just soften the chest down towards the ground. Close down the eyes and just breathe it here. So just starting to, as you breathe in, let your belly expand in between your thighs. And then exhale, you draw your lower belly in. So inhale, let the belly expand between the thighs. And exhale, draw it in. Once again, inhale, let the belly expand. And then exhale, draw it in. Just take a few more of those deep breaths. Breathing all the way into the back of the spine, all the way down into the hips. Just adding a little bit of breath into the body. And then from there, just start to make your child's pose a little bit more active. So maybe come onto your fingertips and just lift your palms off and your forearms and your elbows off. And really try and get the arms as straight as you can as you smelt your chest down towards the mat. And then plant the hands again. Slide your right arm underneath your left arm and come onto your right ear, right shoulder. And then from there, we're going to bring the left hand behind the back. You can take a little half bind. So the left hand's coming around eventually for the inner right thigh, but just wherever you can take. And then try and see if you can pull your left shoulder open, get that little bit of opening through the upper body. Nice. And then just reach that left hand back forward again. And then unwind. Right arm goes forward. And then the left hand comes underneath. Come onto your left ear, left shoulder. And then start to reach the right hand behind the back. Take your half bind. Pull the right shoulder open. And just breathe into that little rotation. Nice, and then release, right arm forward. Left hand comes underneath, just reach it forward, take a breath. And then exhale. Now from here, push into your palms. As you inhale, start to round forward. Slide those knees in underneath the hips. And then as you exhale, let your hips drop, soften your elbows, open through your chest. And then release your chest all the way down. Then send your hips back towards your heels. So as you inhale, start to round forward past your tabletop. And as you exhale, let the hips roll down, soften the elbows, open the chest, and then bring yourself all the way down. That's it. Send the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. And then once again, inhale, round forward past your tabletop. As you exhale, lower the hips, open through the chest, and then come on down. Then send it back into a child's pose once again. And then start to come on forward into your tabletop. Then from there, we're going to start to circle the hips. So start to bring those hips around to the side. Drop them forward to the other side. Bring it back. And then opposite direction. Circle those hips. Wake it up. Keep going with those hip circles. Nice. Opposite direction as well. And then let's just take it into a little upper body movement. So little cat and cow as you inhale, drop the belly, open through the chest. Exhale to round. Again, inhale, drop the belly, open through the chest. And then exhale to round. Great, then neutral spine, start to tuck those toes, lift the hips, come into your downward dog. And pedal out the feet when you get there. And just start to walk those hands back towards your feet at the back of the mat. Soften your knees so you're in your forward fold. Then take your hands, clasp them behind the back. And then start to let the hands fall over the head. Maybe it takes you a little bit deeper. And the knees can stay soft here. Maybe you bend and straighten one leg at a time. Just kind of a little sway. And then just release your hands down. Keep your knees soft and gently start to take your time to roll on up. We'll come all the way up to the top, and when you get there, start to reach your arms up above your head. And then exhale, left hand forward, right arm back, take a little twist. Inhale, the hands reach up. And then exhale, right arm forward, left hand back. Great, then inhale, the hands reach up. As you exhale, start to soften through your knees, cactus your arms, and then take a forward fold as you come down again. And then walk those hands back out and come into your downward dog. Then from there, the right leg starts to lift as you inhale. And as you exhale, step your right foot in between your hands and drop your left knee down to the mat. Then inhale, reach the arms up. Little low lunge here, an extra breath. Then release the hands, send it back into a half split. Send those hips back. Walk the fingertips back towards you and flex that front foot. So just take a breath, find some length in that hamstring. And then re-bend into your right knee. Now bring both hands to the inside of your right foot, turn your left toes in. And walk your hands to the top left-hand corner of the mat as you start to melt your chest down towards the ground. Just working that inner thigh stretch there. Great, then start to walk the hands back in towards you. Turn your left toes back so you're facing the front of the mat again, and then start to pick up your, I'm going to spin this so you can see me, so just pick up your right foot and just step it out to the right side. Now tuck your left toes under and start to push your hips back onto your left heel as you walk your fingertips forward and fold your chest down. Great, breathe in there, really activate that right leg so you can get a nice deep stretch. Then come on forward again, shoulders over the wrists. As you inhale, start to pick up your right foot, and as you send it behind you, start to lift your left lift your left knee, and then bend your right knee open out through your right hip. So really push the ground away, really stretch that hip, one more breath. And then exhale, lower that right foot next to the left. From here, inhale, lift the heels, come forward, high plank. And as you exhale, lower your knees, lower your chest and your chin. Then inhale, pull your chest through and up. And exhale, release. Send it back to your downward dog. Nice. Then our left leg, inhale, we lift. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Drop the right knee, inhale, the hands reach up. And then exhale, hold it here. Extra breath in. And then exhale, release the hands. Start to extend the hips back, half splits, flex the left toes back towards you. Couple of breaths there, breathing into that hamstring. And then release. Come forward and re-bend into the left knee. Both hands on the inside of the left foot and turn your right toes to the left side. Now start to walk your hands forward to the top right-hand corner of your mat as you melt your chest down. Great, just breathe into that deep hip stretch there. Let the head drop, let the shoulders relax. One more breath in. And then slowly walk those hands back in. Now turn your right toes back to center. You're going to pick up your left foot and place it outside or to the side of your left hip. Tuck your right toes under, then push your hips back as you walk your hands forward. So you're basically sitting on top of your right heel. That's it. Keep your left leg engaged so you can feel that slight stretch on that inner thigh there. Nice, and keep your left leg where it is, but bring your shoulders back over your wrists if you're in a tabletop. Start to pick up your left foot and then lift your right knee up off the ground, bend your left knee and open through your hip. That's it. Lift that left knee up with an extra breath in, and then exhale, drop your left foot. Then from here, let's soften through the knees, gaze forward, step, walk or float to the front of the mat. Find a halfway lift when you get there. And exhale, you fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, palms through to the heart center. Okay, inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, and then exhale, step or float it back through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, maybe chaturanga. Through your cobra or your up dog, and then exhale, downward dog. Great, take your breath in there, and then exhale. From here, start to lift your heels, come forward, find a high plank position. Now drop your heels to the right and spin so you're kind of in a modified side plank, but your feet are staggered. Now start to bend into your knees, push your hips back towards your heels. And then as you exhale, straighten the legs, left hand up and over by the ear. Now inhale, bend into those knees. And exhale, left hand up and over. Once more, inhale, bend into the knees. And then exhale, left hand up and over. Now place your left hand down. Start to step your left foot outside of your left hand. Great. You're on your fingertips, you're in your lizard pose. Rock back and forward there. That's it, try and pull the shoulder blades together. Try and open through your chest. Nice. Now from here, start to lift your hips up and back and try to fold to the inside of that left leg. You might flex your left toes back towards you. Great, then re-bend into your left knee as you inhale, reach that left hand forward and exhale, reach it behind you, palm faces up, little rotation, little twist. Then start to bring your left hand forward to the inside of the foot, left toes turn out. Step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand, Malasana, coming to your yogi squat. Push the elbows onto the knees, push the palms together, try and open through your chest. Take 2 breaths here, keep trying to lengthen, keep trying to draw the tailbone under. One more inhale. And then exhale, we start to straighten out the legs, lift the hips up, just turn the toes in slightly. So you're kind of in a medium to wide leg fold. Let the body just fall over the legs, take a lovely stretch. And then inhale, halfway lift, start to tiptoe those feet back in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, palms to the heart center. Second side, inhale to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, step or float back through your vinyasa. And work it back to your downward dog. Great. Taking a full breath in, add a full breath out, then start to lift those heels round forward, find your high plank. Now drop your heels to the left, the feet are staggered, and your right arm lifts up. Now as you inhale, bend into your knees, and then exhale, straighten the legs, right arm up and over. And again, inhale, bend, and exhale, up and over. Once more, inhale, we bend, and then exhale, up and over, right arm comes down and step your right foot outside of your right hand. So lizard pose, drop the hips, open through the chest, maybe a little bit of movement there, wiggle back and forth. Then start to lift those hips up and then back, and you're folding to the inside of the right leg. There might be a flex of the toe might stay down. Great, breathe it in. And then breathe it out. Start to re-bend into the right knee, left hand flat. Inhale, the right arm reaches forward. And then exhale, reach it behind. Hand faces up. Rotate and twist. Then bring your right hand down to the mat again, turn your right toes out and step your left foot outside of your left hand. Drop your hips once again. Let's take a little bit deeper. We start to walk the fingertips forward, let those hips lift slightly as you allow the head to drop down. Try and pull the knees open using the strength in the thighs. And walk those hands back in towards you. Start to straighten the legs as you fold. Take a halfway lift. Start to walk those feet back in again. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, lifting tall. And exhale, palms through to the heart center. Lovely. From here, bring your left hand onto your left hip. And start to place the weight into your left foot. Draw that right knee up and towards the chest. Hold the front of your right shin with your right hand. Option 1, stay here, keep your balance. Option 2, you go for the peace fingers around the right big toes and you work that leg forward. Right, just keep breathing into that standing pose there. Keep pushing into the heel. Taking a breath in. And then we're going to slowly release the knee or the foot. You're going to step into a warrior 2. So control that foot all the way back. And reach the hands out, warrior 2. Lovely. Now bring the hands to clasp behind the back. As you inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And then exhale, humble warrior, fold to the inside of that left leg. That's it. Keep nice and strong through the legs. Keep releasing the head down towards the mat. Keep drawing the lower belly in as well. Great, then start to lift yourself back up. You come back up into your warrior 2. Inhale, straighten out through your left leg now. Heel toe your right foot in slightly. And then exhale, come down into your triangle. Left hand down, right arm goes up. So just keep trying to find length through the left side of the body. Keep pulling that right hip open, right rib cage open. Great, now we're going to come into our twisted triangle. So right arm starts to come down towards the mat. Soften your left knee and then step your right foot in slightly so your toes point forward. Now right hand onto the shin, left hand onto your lower back. You might be able to bring your right hand outside of your left foot depending on your flexibility. Now inhale, find length, stay, or twist your body to the left and maybe release the left hand up towards the ceiling. That's it. So here we're still trying to find length through the spine and then we rotate. Tricky one for balance as well. Nice. Alright, start to release your left hand down to the mat. Soften your left knee. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling just to transition standing splits. And then exhale, you're going to shoot your right leg through and come down to seated. So keep that right leg forward, come on down. My favourite move. Alright, left foot crosses over the right thigh. Left hand behind. Inhale, the right arm lifts. And then exhale, let's twist to the left, hook the right elbow outside of that knee. That's it, keep your right leg nice and active with the toes flexed back towards you. Keep that lovely rotation through the spine. Great, another breath in here. And then exhale, a little counter twist, twist to your right, unwind. And then back in towards centre. Now from here, just bend that right foot up so your right shin's parallel to the front of the mat. And place your left ankle on top of your right knee. So you're trying to get that position where both shins are directly on top of each other. And then either hand on the floor, or you gently come forward. Maybe you rest the hands on top of your shins and you just breathe. Maybe you keep walking the hands forward till you fold over the legs. You should be feeling this in your outer hips now. Just going to hold this one for a little bit longer, so maybe close the eyes down and just breathe into it. Two more breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale. Slowly release. Come on up. Nice. Now uncross the legs. Just roll forward. Step or float vinyasa. And then we'll meet back in our downward dog. Great, take 2 breaths in downward dog again, reset, reconnect to your breath, and we'll take it on our left side. So we gaze forward, lift the heels, soften the knees, step, walk or float your way forward. Find a halfway lift when you get there, and then exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, lift tall, and exhale, hands to the heart center. Right hand comes onto the right hip. Left knee starts to draw in towards the chest. Take your left hand, wrap it onto your left shin and hold it there, option 1. Option 2, peace fingers around the big toe and start to work that leg towards straight. Nice, and just play with your balance for a bit, just testing it out. We'll take one more breath, and then we're going to step it into a warrior 2. So we release the knee or the foot, step it back, control it, and into your warrior 2. Adjust as you need. Great, bring your hands to clasp behind the back. Let's inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And exhale, humble warrior. Fold your head inside of your legs. So just keep squeezing those palms together, keep dropping the head. Make sure the shoulders aren't creeping up towards the ears. Nice and strong in those legs. One last breath. And then exhale, release. Come on up, back into your warrior 2. Now inhale, straighten your right leg, heel toe your left foot in a little bit. And then start to reach your right arm forward, bringing the right hand down as the left hand opens up and you come into your triangle pose. Again, don't sink in the right side of the body, keep lengthening, keep rotating that left side of the body open. Nearly there, 2 more breaths. Final inhale. And then exhale, we release the left hand down. So we're going to reverse our triangle. Soften the right knee, step that left foot in and toes forward. Now left hand onto the right shin, right hand sits on the lower back, or maybe that left hand comes outside of the right foot. Now inhale, maybe you're just practicing lengthening and you stay. Or maybe there's a rotation to the right, and maybe the right arm lifts up. This is a good one. It's stretching the hamstring. It's working on your twist, and it's also giving you a bit of balance work as well. So if that front foot is wobbling, don't worry, it's normal. Work through the wobbles. That's it, keep trying to find length through the spine as you rotate. You've got 1 more inhale, and then release the right hand down, exhale. Hands come forward, inhale, the left foot lifts up, standing splits, just a breath. And then exhale, shoot your left foot forward and come all the way down to the mat. Right foot crosses over the left thigh, right hand behind. Inhale, the left hand lifts. And then exhale, left elbow outside of that right knee and take a little twist. Keep finding nice lengthening tall through the spine and you twist that little bit deeper. Final breath here. And then exhale, counter twist to the left, rinse out the spine. And then we're going to take that outer hip stretch. So the left foot bends up, so the foot's parallel to the front of the mat. Right ankle stacks on top of your left knee. Try and get your shins parallel on top and flex both feet. Now maybe the hands stay on the floor, maybe they come forward to rest on the knees, or maybe they walk forward and you can fold over the legs. And we've got our 10 breaths here, and you probably feel your hips start to loosen in this stretch. It takes a few breaths. You might feel them give way a little bit. Right, so just keep breathing into that as hips. Use your breath. Last 2. Final inhale. And then exhale. Gently release. Come on up, cross the feet, roll forward, step or float through your vinyasa, and then meet me in downward dog. Great. From here, the right leg starts to lift. This time we bend the knee and we open out through that right hip. Hold it here for a moment, really getting that opening, encouraging the left heel into the mat. Then inhale, we'll extend the right leg, and exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Now drop your left knee down to the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up, low lunge. And then exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, frame your right foot, send your hips back, but come to sit all the way on top of your left heel. And inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, maybe fold. You might need to have one of your hands out to the sides to steady you. Just keep pulling those right toes back towards you. Keep breathing here. Great, now start to walk your hands back in towards you. Now you're going to let your hips drop to the right slightly, so that left heel just comes up here. Now, option one, just stay here if that's tight enough. Option two, you can try to bend your right knee up and hold here. Option three, you can wrap your hands around your right foot and go for the straighten of the leg. So go to wherever you can go, without it hurting your knee, of course. And just hold it there, just breathing. Maybe you're just working on the quad stretch. Maybe you've got this hamstring stretch as well. Great. And then wherever you are, slowly release that right foot straight again. Now just kind of sit back onto your left heel again, so come back up. And then start to come on forward, bend into your right knee. Inhale, tuck your left toes, lift your knee and find yourself in a high lunge. Great, then start to twist yourself to the left. Hands reach up as you inhale. And then exhale, take a forward fold over the legs. Take your hands behind your calf and pull yourself through. Great, keep getting in that nice deep fold. And then hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, little halfway lift. And then exhale, walk your hands forward to the inside of the right foot. Drop your left knee. Tiptoe your right toes out to the side. And then right hand onto the knee. Push yourself so you roll to the outer edge of that right foot. Drop the hips, sink down low. Now inhale, reach the right arm forward. And as you exhale, reach it behind you. Now maybe you just go for the reach. As always, maybe there's the option there to bend up the toe and catch it. Just keep deepening that twist. Keep looking back over your right shoulder. If you've got the foot, there's the option to drop down onto your left forearm. Nice, just get that nice rotation in. You've got one more breath there. And then wherever you are, you'll slowly release the foot or bring the hand right back down to the mat. Come up onto your left hand if you're not already. Inhale, high plank. And then exhale, vinyasa. Knees, chest or chaturanga. Come through your cobra or your up dog. And then exhale. Back into our downward dog. Then the left leg, inhale, lift. Start to bend the knee, open through that left hip. Try not to let your left shoulder hoik up, keep it facing down. So encouraging the right heel into the mat. Then inhale, the left leg extends. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands, drop your right knee. Inhale, reach the arms up, little low lunge. And then exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, the hands lift. And then exhale, frame your left foot. Start to walk your hands back so you sit on top of your right heel. Flex the left toe, lift the chest. And then exhale, fold. Doesn't matter where the hands go here, just wherever suits you best. Breathing into the hamstring, maybe into the back of the knee there if you feel that stretch. And then gently release. Lift the chest. Now we drop our hips to the left and then just make sure that right heel comes just outside that bum cheek. So you've got your half hero pose here with your legs. You can stay here, just work on that little stretch for the quad. Maybe you bend that left knee up and you hold the left knee there. Or maybe you clasp around the foot and you go for a straightening of the left leg. Just keep working on the hamstring or the quad there. Final breath in, and then wherever you are, you straighten that left leg back out in front of you again. Now just roll so you sit back on top of that right heel, and then we'll start to bend back into that left knee, tuck our right toes, and then inhale, come up, find a high lunge. Then turn to the side, inhale, the hands lift. And then exhale, forward fold. This time take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes and pull your elbows out to the sides. Nice, so just letting the head drop. Keep pulling those elbows open. Great, then inhale, take it into a halfway lift. As you exhale, walk back to the front of the mat, hands to the inside of the left foot and drop your right knee. Tiptoe the left foot out to the side so it's at an angle, and then gently roll open to the outer edge of the left foot and really melt your hips down here. Now as you inhale, reach your left hand forward, and as you exhale, reach it behind you with your palm facing up. Now you can just stay perfect, or maybe you go for a bend up and there might be a catch of the right foot. You can also use a strap here as well. If you've got one, you can't quite catch it. If you dropped onto your forearm, if you've got the foot, you can go for that again. It just makes it obviously a bit deeper. Nice. We'll take one more breath there. And then wherever you are, we will release. Come back up onto your hands. Step it back, high plank. And then a final vinyasa if you want it. All the way back into your downward dog. When you get to your downward dog, drop to your knees. Keep your hips above your knees. Walk your hands forward and come into our puppy pose. So start to melt your heart down towards the mat. You can take a normal one, or you can bend your elbows so your palms touch. And then see if you can kind of push into your elbows or the backs of your triceps and melt your chest down. Wherever you are, just getting that lovely opening through the chest and the shoulders for one more breath in. And then release. Let's snake it forward. Come into a Sphinx pose. Drop the hips, pull the chest through. Push the forearms down. Stay there or push the pelvis into the mat as you start to lift the elbows off the ground. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Try and get a nice lovely opening. If this is too deep, back to the forearms. Great, nice stretch through the chest. One more breath. And then exhale, release. Hands underneath the shoulders. Push the hips back towards the heels. Child's pose there. Just wiggle the hips from side to side. Release the lower back. Great, and then just lift your head up. You're just going to cross your feet behind you so that you can just roll over the feet and send the legs forward. Maybe you might need to wiggle onto the mat. One last forward fold before we come on down, so flex the toes. Inhale, the hands reach up, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, forward fold over those legs. This is your last 30 seconds here. Close the eyes, breathe into it. Make your exhales a little bit longer. Hopefully you feel a little bit looser than when you first arrived 45 minutes ago. Great, we've got one more breath in. And then exhale. Release. Come on up. Make sure you've got enough room on the ground behind you, and you're going to roll on down onto your mat. And when you get there, hug those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze, gently rock from side to side maybe. And then let's release the legs, making our way down into our Shavasana. Great, so just working into this kind of starfish shape here. The probably best bit of our practice, getting to lie in stillness before we have to start the rest of our afternoon. Let the tongue get heavy in the mouth. Your cheeks soften, your forehead. Just keep it here, stillness, just for a couple of minutes. To gently bring ourselves back awake again. So wiggle those toes, wiggle the fingers, move your head and your neck, and come into a bigger stretch for the body, hands behind the head, or curl into a ball if you prefer. And then roll it over onto your side, taking your time, no rush. And when you're ready Gently coming back up to seated again, where the spine is long and the eyes are closed. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Take a full breath in through your nose. And an exhale through the mouth. Take a moment there. Thank yourselves for showing up after that long weekend. Let's try and keep this nice calm energy with us throughout the day. Bow your head towards your hands. Namaste. Lovely, well done.